Bills is due.
Bro, Beyonce, bro, is the greatest performer, the greatest singer. She don't partake in none of that BS. Bro.
She is allegedly bisexual though.
She's not bisexual, bro.
Okay.
Beyonce loves me. I just happened to move on with my life. She moved on with her life. But we're sneakily connected, bro.
So you the sneaky link for Jay-Z.
I was.
At one point.
I was.
So you was in the seances.
No, I wasn't in none of that. I can't even spell them names. When they got to talking all the weird seances.
That Babaluba and Babaluba.
Hey, man, she is a good crowd.
Man,
Why would you say that?
You know it. Sasha, that's her alternative
That's all I'll tell you.
personality.
That's just like your name ain't Double J. It's not Julian.
No, dude, she practices Ifa. She's the daughter of Oshun.
No, her daddy was an alcoholic.
Her mama Creole.
What that mean?
Okay, wait a minute. I know Solange's witch doctor. I know him.
Her and her sister two different people.
Okay, all right.
Hey, that's a lie. Hey, that cranes in the sky.
Yeah, Solange go hard.
Solange really slept on.
Yeah, she's a good artist. She's better than Beyonce to me.
No, boy, now you just talking.
Why? Why I'm talking?
Just talking.
She's better than Beyonce.
I'm sorry. It's kind of this idiot. This shit is funny as fuck
Yeah,
though.
all Beyonce got going is you know what? Never, I will say, all she got going is that damn demonic altar. That's all she got going for her. How you on social media and got a beehive? You got 30, 40 million women ready to go kill somebody at your behest if they talk down.
And I'm one of the niggas that will too.
I knew you was a sleeper cell.
I keep fucking up.
Yeah, I knew it.
Slim, it just means
Iranian.
you're under a spell. That's all it is.
It's not a spell, bro. He a warlock with that. What's that? Nigga, I believe in God.
There you go.
I believe in God.
So you now come on now, we can't serve two masters.
I ain't serving two. I just know.
You can't rock with Beyonce and rock with the Most High.
He ain't trying to hear
That's
that.
two different things. That's just like saying me and you not cool.
No, that's
I can't
not
be
true.
cool with you.
That's not true. We cool.
I can't value your work that you do in crypto. I can't value that. It's proven to work.
If you
Make it make sense.
that has nothing to do with Beyonce.
It has everything to do with it. It's the
You
same.
gotta let that altar go, my
Is it
brother.
only because he said he in a beehive?
It's because he in the beehive.
I am in the beehive.
If you like the artist, that's one thing. I ain't mad at you. You can't be a supporter. You can't be in a beehive. You can't be a Swiftie.
Who? Yeah, Taylor Swift is a major witch too.
Yeah, she's Anton Lavey daughter.
What is that?
The father of the Church of Satanism.
Oh, Satanism, yeah.
So what is
real life?
Michael B. Jordan?
He a Babalu.
A Babalu. That's
right there
yeah.
with
That's
Beyonce.
Ifa. Yeah.
They
That's
ain't
Ifa.
gay.
What?
Yeah.
He's the what?
Bro, he
The father of
posted that.
Satanism.
The B stands for Bakari, which means of noble promise.
Correct. You know your stuff. Okay.
All right. Who gave you that name, and how do you think it shaped the man you are today?
I'm a Babalawo, and my mom, when I was born, I got that name, fresh out the womb, and I just try to, live in that purpose, every day since. Yeah.
And you've been doing just that.
Thank you.
The film delves into legacy and identity. Did it influence how you see your own legacy in Hollywood, and what do you expect to leave behind?
Not so much. I'm always a big person on legacy and trying to do things that are timeless and set the example. I try to lead by example for the generations that's following me. I'm trying to be better each day. I think the way.
He posted that, man. I come from blah 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 blah. He said that shit verbatim.
Yeah, he said, yeah, I'm Babalu.
Wop bamboo.
Bro, he said that shit like after that movie came out. That's what he was. Sinners? Yeah. Like, that's what I don't know anything about this stuff out there. I don't know.
Wop.
I don't know shit about it either, but I heard Michael B. Jordan saying he was that shit.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan put it on wax, and he right there with Beyonce, all that Oshun, African goddess, deity, water spirit worship. That's all the stuff the fallen angels got our ancestors into doing, which is why we were sent into chattel slavery for 400 years in America, because we fell into the old gods of the Africans. That's why all skin folk ain't kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? Just
Man, that boy just dropped the whole bomb.
Just because nigga black don't mean shoot. All kinfolk ain't kinfolk.
Not real talk.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why white folks like Africans sold y'all into slavery. Like, yes, they did. But they sold the nation of Judea, which is our ancestors in the slavery, because we're not the same people. They worship totally different gods. They worship the water god, Oshun. They worship the African deities tracing back to the motherland. That's why the Bible God says you're not supposed to worship the ancestors. So it's an altar that they built. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, do you like Dr. Umar?
I ain't really into Dr.
Okay, he's the spirit of Shango.
Consciousness before cookies.
He's Ifa too.
Politics. He like white women though. Hey, he fun. He fun. Yeah, he troll.
He gotta put something to sleep. Fuck good. He ain't wrong.
He said there's a lot of women sitting there cooking in my DMs. Let me tell you, it's consciousness over the cookies. Politics over the cookies. He looking at it. He open it.
What he be calling it? What he be calling it? The honey pot? What he say? The sweet potato and the black woman? The honey pot?
You need to put some clothes on.
Yeah, he's sick in the head. Umar funny though. He almost there.
Like Umar, you got 100 kids too. You got here fucking
Right. Umar, he almost there. Umar just be missing me with the I'm not a Pan-Africanist, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You're not all the same. If you ain't come from slavery, you're not one of mine. Right.
So you don't mess with the tethers.
I don't know what that means.
It means people that are not foundationally Black American.
Okay.
Caribbean population that's grown significantly out there in New York. They think population density equals cultural authority. So now it's this, okay, since a lot of us are out here, we run the city. No, you don't. You're cosplaying as foundational Black Americans. The country that basically pressures assimilation. So they'll try to overcompensate by loudly asserting their heritage while trying to discredit foundational Black American culture as they steal it. These people cosplay as us and then try to pepper some of their Caribbean and African culture in the mix. And
Not that I don't mess with them, but they not us.
Is that me?
Yeah, I truly feel that.
Where you from?
Come from Africa, bro. I feel like
No,
we
the
are-
UFBA.
What is FBA?
Foundational Black American.
Son of a slave.
It just means we can trace your lineage to this country generations back versus like you fresh off the boat.
Right.
Ain't nobody fresh off that boat.
Who's that?
No, I'm saying way.
The Myers Plantation, that's where you from.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
from the Anderson Plantation. I've been to my plantation.
You have?
Yeah, I know where my plantation is.
Dang.
Yeah, my great grandparents was a sharecropper.
Yep, mine too.
See, mine was the white man.
Yeah.
Mine was the white man. Nah, my people, hey, it's like somewhere down the line was a mayor in Missouri.
Yeah.
White man, I know that.
You come from good stock.
Good stock.
Good European ancestry.
That's why they all mulattoes.
Exactly.
My whole family.
Just like that.
But I'm one of the darkest people in my family. Huh?
Yeah. You know what that also means too, right? When you see a family of all light-skinned people.
What?
So you know back in the day, families would make agreements like my kid's light-skinned, your kid's light-skinned, so they would make them get married.
Oh.
So when you see families and everybody, like nobody's,
Like the breeding?
yeah. Yeah, so his family probably practiced that generations ago.
Well, see,
Maybe a long time ago. I don't know.
you gotta
get
keep
what you get with
white
now.
skin because it's closer to die. That's what they'll tell you.
And you from New Orleans?
Mm.
Oh yeah, they definitely did, because that was status.
I believe it though.
My grandpa said they used to do that brown paper bag test
Oh
to
yeah.
get in the club.
For the shortest.
Huh? For everybody. You talking in the brown bag. You can't get it.
What was that Bayou Jones or whatever it is?
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, with the fake white chick?
She was black.
The story of the family, and I'm rusty now because I ain't looked at their story in a minute. But long story short, Christian family in the Coliseum. Who was the king at the time? Not Pontius Pilate. Oh man, I can see his name, but I can't remember. Anyway, they gave the Christian family an option. It was four of them. They said, hey, either you can eat this pork. Nero was the king. You can eat this pork. It's gonna do it against our religion, or I'm gonna cut your tongue out and boil you alive. Dad said no. Gave the mom the same deal. The mom said no. Boiled him alive. First son said no. Second son said no. Excuse me, the youngest, who was like, one of them was like 3-4 years old, they gave him the same option. Said, if You watch all your family die. If you eat this pork, we'll put you in the king's court, and we'll make you, we'll raise you up above amongst other men, right? We'll basically make you royalty. And he said, he basically told him, I'll go the way of my forefathers. And the little boy, chose death before dishonor. And it's a parable in the Bible about, don't fear who can kill the mortal body, but fear who can kill your soul. So, don't be afraid to die for the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what may be called to you for how much the world hates you. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate charge. And that's the one time you don't want to turn your back.
That's true.
This is the one time when your faith is on the line. Yeah, you may die, it may be excruciating pain for a second, but I promise you the Lord will reward you. And so I be just praying that I got the strength when it's my time to call.
Because I be wondering, because they want to, microchip all of us, of course. And it's just like, I'm not doing that.
For like 2011, do you think that video gonna come?
They have it in Sweden already.
Time.
It's just time.
Yeah, they're in no rush, bro. See, because we'll forget about it in a year. They've been running this play, like you said, since 2011. It's only 14 years. They run plays in 70-year, 60-year cycles, So they just wait until like 2045.
They really grooming us.
Exactly. So by the time we in our 50s, 60s, they gonna be making that push. They're like, shoot. By that time, it's a whole generation who never knew anything about the old world before AI. And they're gonna be grown up.
All the history being taken out.
I can't even imagine.
I can't imagine either.
We the last generation. We the last generation to grow up without the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
We're the last generation of the old world. So once we become old and we die, there's going to be no more generations who grew up post-internet.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
I never even thought of that, bro.
But that's true.
That's very good.
Kids that are born now, they don't know what the world is like without the internet.
We the last generation, bro. We the last of the old guard. So they're not worried about us. They wait for us to die and get out the way.
Beyonce, we the last of the Moheed.
For real?
Our kids gonna suffer though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So look, shoot.
Or at least our grandkids.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, our kids, they're gonna be grown, going through the trials and tribulations of the end times in there.
But haven't they been saying the end times in there for the longest?
We're in the age of Aquarius, but you just gotta look at the markers. Like for example, the battle in the Valley of Jehoshaphat hasn't happened, right? But look at how they're setting up for end time doctrine. You got the mark of the beast. You got digital currency. No more physical currency. So all currency can be controlled at a centralized network. They got microchips. They got gene and genetic altering via mRNA, DNA, which alters your genetic code. So that's all the stuff they were doing in the times of Noah. Okay. So, the Bible says that, the end times are going to be like the times of Noah, which they were doing gene splicing. They were, they were doing transgender surgeries, i.e. changing the gender of different animals, right? Changing the gender of, making stuff asexual.
You know
what I'm saying?
He made me want to pick up the Bible. I need to read my Bible.
No, he picking up more
like, because when I say he get just a bank of knowledge. Yeah.
Bring you dope as shit, bro.
You sure you don't want a podcast?
I had one for a little bit, and then
took it down that day.
Yeah. This is back during COVID, but yeah, they shut me down.
Damn.
In prison for sex trafficking. On some bullshit.
Right. Don't put that on me. Good, great.
No, but I'm saying
they'll hang it on you. That's why when I see certain stuff for certain people, you just gotta take it with a grain of salt because you never know, especially if they've been on the right side of things, and then all of a sudden something come up. You never know if it's nefarious play at work.
That's true.
Like that Jamal dude.
Jamal who?
Man, what's his name? Jamal. Like he always speaking about this shit we talk
Brother
about.
Jamal.
He had braids, little dreads. He always walked around with his shirt off. He smoking, but he was passionate.
Yeah, he was rapping.
You know what I'm saying? But
Rashad Jamal?
Rashad Jamal.
Oh, that was a conscious dude online.
Bro, he speaks just how he
I don't know what happened to him
Bro,
actually.
he talked about everything.
Yeah.
Bro, he ended up going to jail like 20, 30 years because they said he was doing something to his kid.
What did he do? No.
But he was, bro, look at what, bro, you can't find his videos on YouTube, no,
Yeah.
TikTok, because
They'll wipe all that stuff.
he was, bro.
Man, hey, the number one dude on YouTube is Pastor Stephen Darby. I'm telling you, bro. If you
Yeah,
miss
that's
it,
dude that they be talking about.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
See, he died, though. They ain't gonna
they
take
get,
it.
I mean, you know,
How did he die?
cancer.
Okay.
But you gotta think, when you got an anointing and a word like that, he's talking about how there's so many people praying against him and demonic forces from Africa really praying against him and principalities trying to kill you to stop the, you know, when you bringing people to Christ like that. Come on, man. Because, and you know, to be honest, that's why I stopped kind of doing because I used to be doing Instagram lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now folks just ask me questions about what's going on, and I give my 2 cents from my perspective personally, and then from a biblical perspective. And
That's the greatest way to have a conversation.
but I'm not the most PC guy though.
No, true.
You know, I'm not politically correct. I'm gonna just, you know, say how I feel. And you know, I was still in the game a little bit, so I felt convicted that I shouldn't be on a platform speaking about anything righteous when I'm living an unrighteous lifestyle.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So that's, you know, I didn't want my personal life to corrupt the work just from, you know, me still.
But that's dope for you to put that into perspective.
For sure. You don't
Was
want
a consumer.
because you don't want to be no hypocrite. Because the first thing will happen. Okay, well you talking this holy stuff, but you still serving. We know about you.
Facts.
I'm trying to pay my bills.
Come on, man. But you know that's gonna discredit everything you got going because folks are so
That's
simple.
what.
Right.
But
So-
truly would it though? Because if you look at the disciples of Jesus, they wasn't all the most perfect people. You know
No.
what I'm saying? Like, granted, they was fighting
Right.
to get perfect or be, you know, more like Jesus, but it's still like, can you not give game and you still?
You still in your sin? I mean, it just depends on how convicted you are, bro. Like, I just didn't feel like for how I rock out, I felt like a hypocrite, you know? And that's just how I was convicted spiritually.
And that's the biggest part, demons for oneself.
You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of, you know what I'm saying? But with my people and my peers,
Right.
I don't care what I got going on at home.
Right.
Now,
But let me ask you this though: how do you feel about these pastors that are not sexually moral? Like how can they get up there and preach, but you're not like?
because it's a job.
Like, where's your wife? Where's your like?
No, them niggas just in it for the money.
Yeah,
They just
it's a
free
job.
People like Jamal Bryant, like, dude, you got kids all over the place, like.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You live in
because
power.
they use the scripture to furthermore manipulate the
Whatever they're doing.
yeah, whatever they're doing.
But they're openly committing.
Right. And so that
Fornication.
right there is why you gotta judge a spiritual leader by his fruits.
Mm.
So if a man is really righteous, and again that's why I'm still in the game. So I'm
When you a biblical and spiritual man, bro, your presence and your aura speaks volumes alone.
you're not even gonna be in these type of if I'm a
Not
pastor,
necessarily that.
why would I be at a Diddy party?
Exactly. Yeah, that
Why
part
would
I
I
agree
be
with.
at the Grammys as a pastor?
They know not to even invite me.
This is a den of dishonor for
I'm automatically pulling my pants up. I'm making sure I'm being mindful as to what comes out my
I
mouth.
wouldn't even be there. You're not gonna find a real man of God. You're not gonna find him at the damn Grammys. I'm sorry.
He was just dancing at that Diddy party too. That clip I saw, he was just, and I was like, wow, like.
And you supposed to be leading the flock. You supposed to be leading the flock.
What's your take on this? Like with Kurt Franklin, be like, damn, like people get on me if I laugh too hard at a comedian joke. You know what I'm saying? Like that sucks.
He playing both sides.
He playing both sides, bro.
Because that's
Ain't
not what
nobody
it is.
tripping on you laughing at no joke.
Folks is tripping because you on here with Future and you know all secular artists. You up here with Future and
You
T
know what
Grizzly.
you doing before me.
Come on, y'all.
We got things
doing all that.
He really want to be an R&B star. That's really what it is.
And my heart wasn't saying nothing out of line.
That's
It's
true.
Like nigga, really get your stuff together.
He don't have a
Yeah.
heart.
Really playing.
He don't have a heart to actually. He's double-minded. So
And they done seen him in those different Hollywood.
Wait, what does double-minded mean?
he wanna be. He got the Christian. He wanna honor his Christian foundation, but he also wanna have the adoration of the fans, and he wanna be a R&B star as well. But he know that my fan base is built in Christianity, so if I cross over too much, I could lose that. right? But he just towing that line. So I'll go to the Grammys, but I won't perform. Or I'll go to the Grammys, but I'm gonna perform the Christian. I'm gonna perform the Christian track, but I'm gonna still go to the after party. Right? So he got one foot in, one foot out, and that's having double mind. You can't.
And that's why they blowing up his spot in public.
No.
You're not supposed to do like that.
It's
Just like that podcast that he got on or tried to do with DC Young Fly now.
Who?
Yeah.
What?
Bro, it's a dope conversation, but it's just Kurt Franklin, bro. Niggas in there cussing.
Right.
Bro, you automatically, bro. I don't care if Flock, I ain't never seen this man a day in my life. But if Flock say, oh, Slim, there go my minister, or dude I was telling you about that preacher at the church.
Right.
Bro, I'm automatically making sure I'm okay. Because he's represented by him.
Right.
And automatically,
And the
bro.
company that he keeps.
Exactly, bro.
So you're not gonna be, you know, if it's a real man of God, you gonna perform.
You
You
gonna get it
perform.
together, bro.
Right.
I'm not saying that you're gonna switch up, but
So
you're gonna it's just respect.
So, for example, Pastor Darby, right? That's why I mess with him, because he ain't got no blemish on his resume. He came from the streets, but gave his life to Christ. He was like, look, I gave 30 years to the game, so I see y'all.
Right.
But you see my sons, my wife, you see my foundation, and you see how we
The
raise
identification is
Come on, yo, you see how we raising folks up and the type of men that we created. And, you know, it's undeniable.
Oh no, I'm straight. Appreciate it.
Oh, I thought you said no.
It's undeniable, though, man. So, but yeah, these pastors be faking
I like him because he spoke on real world, real life shit that's
stuff that's going on right now.
Use the Bible with it.
See, most of these pastors lose young brothers because they don't even talk about what's going on outside.
Right.
You know, now they don't talk about when it's time to vote, go vote Democrat, but they're not gonna talk to you about, you know, hey y'all, I saw that there was a flood in Central Texas and a flood in North Carolina and a flood in California, a flood at Lake Tahoe. He's not gonna talk about, you know, any type of biblical end time revelation that could be going on. And or the principalities that we're dealing with in America that we need to be looking out for, who supports them, and how can we be on the right side when Christ comes back so we can have discernment, right? So these pastors don't build up your discernment. They don't give you eyes to see what's going on in your everyday life so you can be on point.
Well, you think they look at it as they not trying to put fear into the congregation?
If they're not keeping it real, the real is scary. So they not shepherding the flock and helping.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The flock is supposed to be tried through fire so you can stand the rain. You know what I'm saying? So they're not doing that. So that's why we got weak men, and then that's why we got, you know, we got weak men and we got loose
That's why the women was here, now it's getting here.
Right.
Women ain't looking to us as no protector, no provider, no none of that, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just being real.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, they looking to provide that, and the woman's role was never to initially, right, was never to have to.
I'm not taking nothing away, but it's just like, as a man, bro, your wife ain't supposed to go grocery shopping and pack the groceries in the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Separation of church and state, and that facet. You know, but also a lot of our young women aren't being raised to be wives. You know, they're not being raised to be courted, or they're exchanging for services. But that's the B system, because that gives women away from their natural disposition, which is a woman say, "Oh, I want to be soft." That's your natural disposition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But being soft is nurturing. You know what I'm saying?
Being calm.
And wanting to give and help and be the battery in people's back and be the battery in your man's back.
I shouldn't have to pay your rent in order for you to say, "Baby, good job."
Right. You shouldn't need me to put you in your soft girl.
Right, you should be soft to begin with. How are you going to attract a man if you're hard?
You know what I'm saying?
But life will make you harder.
I get trials and tribulations and
Right.
past experiences and circumstances,
Right.
but I didn't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Again, bro, and in my opinion, it's the church is charged. Well, excuse me. Every parent need to raise their kids, right?
Absolutely.
But
and I believe that the man has, like, that number has gone.
Yeah.
Where you're seeing active and present
Father. Again, it's returning.
Yeah, it's returning.
Well, we're undoing the damage of the crack era. So.
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, bro. We're about 20 years removed now.
Damn.
So that took out a whole 2 generations.
Generations of people.
You know?
Love the family dynamic. We was just talking about that, bro. Like, we don't have family reunions no more. Everybody don't have grandmas. Grandmas is in the club with the kids now.
Right. Bernice Burgo or whatever. She a granny.
Yeah. Like, they competing.
They don't like to be called grandma, so.
Right.
I'm an auntie. Like, girl, you are a mama.
Yeah.
You are a wife.
Right.
Yeah, you're an aunt, but you ain't old, bro.
Right.
Like,
I had to tell my mom, I said, Mama, it's oh, how you know about every function on the weekend?
Right.
Oh, they got this going on. They doing this.
Like, who cares?
Do you think it's because she never got to live her life? She feels like she missed out on something?
Kids at 15, still though. Fuck that. Mama.
That's not my fault.
Yeah, what is you doing?
That's a decision that
Be
you
hanging
made.
out where the old people at.
Right. Or just show demographic. And we, in our minds, as we get older, should be on different things, right? Like the things of a child should pass
What's
away.
the verse? As I got wise, I put away childish things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Childish things should pass away. You know, I feel like by the time we in our 50s, 40s, we need to be thinking about how can we maximize our wealth. You know what I'm saying? So we can start to
How can I transition my life to better this?
better my kids, and or how can I go on autopilot or dad?
I think we, I ain't gonna say we gotta, because in the words of Doug, we ain't gotta do a damn thing. But I think it is strongly encouraged to put yourself in a position, therefore, if my mom just so happened to need,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's honorable.
I could be there
Yeah.
in some kind of way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not supposed to take care of you, mom. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take care of my kids.
Right. That's your
And my
charge.
wife.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
That's your charge.
and it
as a
should go up
father.
too. Like, my mom is to take care of me,
Right.
not my kids.
Right.
I did that. You know what I'm saying? She don't gotta take care of her mama. She gotta represent her mama.
Right.
And I think it just trickles down.
Right.
But when you do have the abandonment of the family, the separation, the coach, there he is, the leave of the dad or
Right.
whatever. And granny,
Right.
coach. What's up, baby? A woman don't know, bro.
That's right.
Let's go.
No,
We got it out.
no,
We got it in the
bro,
Mexico.
this nigga ain't gonna
So you just
stay.
pick a patch and put it on there. So.
A woman know, bro, if I'm gonna be there, if I ain't gonna be there.
Right.
Like, you gotta have a better sense of judgment.
It takes two to tango.
It takes two to tango. You know there was a bull crap dude.
Right. Before you met him.
When you met him, before you met him, as he entered into your life. A woman knows within the first 15 seconds of a man saying hello, if she gonna sleep with him, if she gonna be with him for a little bit, if she gonna play with him, or she gonna take him serious.
Uh-huh.
In the first 15 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
Upon saying hello, it's statistically proven.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me you known this nigga didn't have no job, those all in his mouth, like a representation of something that
Right.
you.
Every
Yeah,
stereotype.
every stereotype.
There's no accountability.
Yeah. But oh man, he gonna be a great father. Or oh man, he gonna be there every day for this kid.
Yeah.
Tango, right?
Exactly.
We gotta raise our daughters to have better discernment. It's all about discernment.
But what if that's really what they're attracted to?
But that's not
But
that's not wise.
That's not, bro. Attraction. Let's talk about the word attraction.
Right.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
What is attraction?
Physical.
Being drawn to something, right?
Right.
Or you
Look
prefer
good.
something.
I like something with a nice body, right?
Right.
Fat ass, nice set of boobs. But what comes with that? Between this one person right here that I'm looking at, right? Hey, how you doing? Whatever, my name is Zach, whatever. Oh, hey. Am I attracted to that really? Or do I just want to hit that?
Right. So right.
And then in some cases, now I don't even want to hit it because I done did the hello.
I'm
Yeah.
not attracted anymore.
I'm not attracted to it.
And like we talk about with discernment, what are the factors for attraction, right? If we raising our daughters to really have to be on point and good game for them, like yo, you need to be thinking of not just about if he got golds and thrills and if he got diamonds and jewels, you need to talk to him and sit down and think about the qualities, right? Like Does he have his head on straight? Is he career driven? Is he, okay, he may not be career driven, is he business oriented? Is he entrepreneurial? Well, and everybody in here is a catch. Every brother in here is successful, got it going on. And think about the type of woman.
I'm working on being successful.
I'm like, I'm working on it.
But
I'm working on being
at this point, y'all are in the top 10% of black African Americans under 40.
Right.
So, for a woman, think about what it would take for a woman to bag you. And think about the qualities that you provide versus what a woman would be looking for a potential husband. They would luck up by choosing anybody in here.
Right.
So if you raising a daughter with good game, she's gonna be looking for fellas that are like the gentleman around, which is stability, right? Career oriented. Now the looks and all that can come at that. That's when you start, okay, can I really be with this person? Do they got, do they have
Mannerism. Is he opening your door?
Right.
Is he pumping your gas? Bro, I see so many women, dudes be sitting in the car, bro. Girl outside pumping the gas.
I've seen that too.
Bro, man, mine don't go to no gas station, bro. She don't wash nor vacuum. It's just a standard that I'm setting for myself. But I also gotta realize, bro, I got a young man that's watching. I got a daughter, bro, that's in the situation to be pursued right now, bro.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.